Morning, peeps. I'm back with another edition of the summer series. And today we're going to be having a look at the Fantasy World Cup again and have a look at the mini league, see how we're getting on, and have a look at the strategies we can use very forward. And I must say that I am really enjoying this tournament. Now, it's been very kind of trendy in a way to slag this tournament off, hasn't it? A lot of people are in a very negative mindset about it before it even started, really, and have kind of been determined that they're not going to enjoy it, they're not going to watch it, and they can't be bothered with it. Do you know what I mean? But it's actually very enjoyable. I've watched every single match, literally every single match. I start here in New Zealand at 4 a.m., go all the way till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The last one of the day has just finished, and they've been great. There's been a couple of blowouts like Auckland and Bayern Munich, which kind of got the tournament after a bit of a bad start, didn't it? It gave the critics a bit of ammunition, along with Chelsea's match, which was scheduled for 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday workday, thousands of kilometres away from Los Angeles' home base, played in Seattle, and it was no surprise, therefore, that not many people turned up, but all the naysayers jumped on it as a sign the tournament was no good. But you peeps are here because you're enjoying it, like myself, and we're going to see what we can do now with our fantasy teams. So, quick look at mine. I ended up on 91. Very good start with Musiala and Elise. But since then, it's been pretty ho-hum. I mean, Trent failed today. The latest in the last couple of days, in fact, I've hardly had any points. My goalkeeper's failed. Kane was the big disappointment, wasn't he? But that's finished now. That round's now over. And you now have until tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, whatever, depending on where you are, to sort your team out. So it's about another 14 hours, I think, before the deadline. So we're allowed 2 free transfers, and there's also quite a few chips. Now, some people have already used their chips, and I think the one we want to use is the chip 4. Definitely want to use a chip that gives us another extra player, I think, because there are some one-sided matches, and we want that player to have as big a chance as possible of getting lots of points. So basically, we want to pick somebody that's playing Auckland, either this week or next game week, one of the two. Now, the best captain chip, which gives you the score automatically for the best player you have as a captain, has been devalued because we've found out, of course, that you can now change your captain after basically every single match if he hasn't played. So you can change, you can have like 7 or 8 captains during the course of a game week. So the chip has been devalued, but it's going to be much more powerful when we get to the semi-finals or the final, when it's automatically going to pick your highest scoring player. And there's much more benefit then because there's not so many matches, so you can't make so many choices. You can basically, in the final, you can only basically choose one captain, can't you? So being able to have all 11 of your players available to be the highest scorer for that chip is a big advantage to keep it and save it for later on, one of the later rounds basically. But the extra player chip, I think we want to use that now, and I'm intending it to play it this week. So transfers, basically, we've got, who have we got? We've got Benfica up against Auckland. And what's happened is, because Benfica drew their match with Boca Juniors, basically, if they both lose to Bayern Munich, which they probably will, then the one that goes through is going to be the one that gets the most goals against Auckland. So they're very highly motivated, both Benfica and Boca Juniors, to put a lot of goals past Auckland. Goal difference is everything. So there's going to be no letting up. So it's going to be, Munich beat them 10-0. I'm not sure Benfica will, but it certainly looks the best fixture to target. There was one other one-sided game this week, and that was the one we've just watched, which has turned mini leagues on their heads. I'll show you in a minute. But Juve absolutely battered Alain, and they look a pretty weak side as well. But apart from that, you can see nearly all the games, apart from people saying everything was going to be very one-sided, have been pretty equal. I mean, the one PSG won 4-0, but that was against Atletico Madrid. And the other thing is, not a single South American team has actually lost a match yet. A lot of them have been draws, Monterrey and Inter. That was funny, wasn't it, seeing Sergio Ramos, 39 years old, man of the match, score for Monterrey. We're seeing some the players that are playing, all the like ex-Premier League players. There's so many in this tournament. I didn't realise quite how many there were. A lot of them playing for South American teams now. Thiago Silva was on display yesterday. Patricio, Wolves player, was playing today for Alain. I think he was the Alain keeper, so he's led in five goals today. So anyway, that's my strategy. Target Benfica. And because we've only got 2 transfers, I shall be using the chip. Now let's see. How do I use the chip, peeps? Tell me. Let's have a look. Make transfers. Where's my option to use the chip? What's this? What's that little orange thing? Shall I check? Shall I click it and see? What's it going to do? Let's have a look. What booster? It's not even telling me what booster it is. Once you confirm your transfers, this booster cannot be deactivated. But what booster? Is it the captain one? Or the other one? Oh, that's weird. That's freaking me out, peeps. Don't like it. It's scary. How do I find out which one it is? Boosters. Right, so anyway, that's tricky. Made it tricky. Right, who do I want to get rid of, first of all? Let's see. Madueke's got a pretty tough fixture coming up. He should have scored, but didn't. Who do I want to get rid of? First off, let's have a look at Benfica and see how much players cost. So, Club Benfica. They should be pretty cheap, shouldn't they? If I can find them. There we are. SL Benfica. So, Otamendi looks like a decent pick. Di Maria looks like a decent pick. And I think it's Pavlidis is the striker, isn't he? Who also looks a decent pick. He only scored 1 point. I think he's the striker to go for. I might make him my extra player. So I want Otamendi. Dumfries didn't play in the first match. Maybe I take Dumfries out, do I? Yeah, I'll take him out. Put Otamendi in. I'm using the wild card, by the way, the following week, so it doesn't matter that I'm stuck with. And in fact, when I use the wild card, of course, I may well bring in 3 players to target Auckland again next week. So I think Di Maria we want to bring in, don't we? We definitely want Di Maria. How much is Di Maria? He's expensive, look. Oh no, it's his 7.3, pretty cheap actually. So how much have I got in the bank now? 7.3 for Di Maria. I don't really want to take out Trent. Oh no, sorry, a midfielder. I don't want to take out Elise. Musiala, no. That Maston could go. Or really, Madueke could go, couldn't he? Don't like to. I want some Chelsea though. I want some Chelsea. So if I take him out, how much have I got? 6.2. So I can't take him out. So I'm going to have to take out Madueke, unfortunately, and bring in Di Maria. And then I want to get my free player somehow. Now, how do I do it? Hang on, I'll save this. I think. Yeah, I will. I think I'd rather have Delap than Madueke. So, what does it mean counts a wild card? What? Jesus H. This is scary. This is so scary. Alright, can I confirm transfers without blooming doing anything bad here? Confirm transfers. God, dear me. It's a worry, peeps. It's a worry. Okay, so I've got those two in. Now I have to work out how to use this chip. What's that hidden away up under there? Now it's working. Look, why didn't it do that before? So we've got a mystery booster as well in the knockout stage. Like I said, maximum captain is much better off being used later on. So I think it's definitely time for the 12 men. So I'm going to activate the 12 man. And I guess I can change him as well. Only change him when he hasn't played, of course. Renato Sanchez, he could be quite good, couldn't he? He's used to be good on FIFA. I think I'll go with this Pavlidis character. If I can find him. Or he's a midfielder. How many midfielders have they got? Right, so forwards. I think this is the one to get. If it isn't, I'll change it. So I bring him in. So he gets, he doesn't cost anything. And confirmed. So I've got the 12 men. Now we're going to have a look at the mini leagues because I know this is why you lot are all here. I was leading this until half an hour ago. Look at this. Let me show you what's happened. This guy here, Bebens Copistas Mundeas, or whatever he's called, has stormed. Look, Kelly, Bristol City boy, plays for Juventus now. 9 points, just got 9 points. And the striker, Colo, just got 15. So he's just got himself an extra 24 points in the last 2 hours and stormed ahead. Absolutely stormed ahead. So he's on 103. His overall rank is 1,147. So he's had a very good start. Nailing the goalie helped, didn't it? Then we got old narcissistic sociopath's YouTube channel has made a comeback. Another one with Kelly, and who else did he have today for Juve? Yildiz, so he's got another 18 just in the last couple of hours. So you lot all went to bed before the match without any. I've probably been overtaken. Captain Keenman, 92. Thuram, 9 points. All the Juve players getting points. I don't know who this Cobel plays for. I know he's Dortmund. He got the captain. He used his maximum captainship. Let's have a look actually if the others use their maximum captain as well. Yeah, oh no, he didn't. So he hasn't used a chip, the leader. So he's done well. Quite a few did use it and got Elise, which is very good. Arab 87 behind me used his maximum chip. There's quite a big spread. 103 top and 56 at the bottom. Our old mate Colmbergler at the bottom. Something's gone drastically wrong here. And what's gone wrong is he's taken out Kane and people, but he hasn't had his replacements haven't actually played. Guardiola. Pep was saying that he's going to play every single member of his squad. So, like, I mean, I didn't pick any Man City players because rotation, and we've seen it. In fact, somebody's done very well out of Man City in this group, and that's our old mate, Mr. Hippie. Where's he gone? He was up in second a couple of hours ago. Am I looking at the wrong one? This is the one we want, isn't it? Not the free fall. This is the private one we're looking at now. Keep out the riff-raff. So FPL Harry was doing very well for the Juve game. But like myself, didn't have anybody in it. See, he had Haaland, 1 point. Foden, 28 points. So he's done really well out of that, hasn't he? Really well out of that. So anyway, peeps, that's about it, really. All I can say to you is, strategy-wise, I think, really, you've just got to target Auckland. And the fact that Benfica and the other team are both going to be really, really keen on goal difference against Auckland is a worry for that Auckland team, you know. And I've seen a lot of people having a go at the Auckland team, and it's pretty unfair. You know, they're just a bunch of normal blokes who are doing their best. You know, they've had to take unpaid leave, a lot of them. Some couldn't even go because they didn't have any annual leave at work. That's how, you know. And it's terrible the way they've been criticised, because anyone can lose 10-0 to Bayern Munich. You know, I mean, it could have, you know, could have been 20. But 10-0 is not terrible against Bayern Munich for that team. And people shouldn't use it as an excuse to pick on them, you know, just because they feel negative about the tournament themselves. They're using any excuse they can to rubbish it. Well, I'll tell you what, peeps, a lot of people around the world are really enjoying this tournament. And, you know, why not? Why not? It's going to take off, I think. And once we get to the later stages, it's going to get really interesting. Because although you've got the likes of Pep that are rotating and that now, you've got to believe that Pep is going to really want to win this tournament. Do you know what I mean? So will the likes of Madrid, all of them. They might be on the beach at the moment and treating them like friendlies, but once it gets to the later stages, that's all going to change. And that's not till the 14th of July, so we've got nearly a whole month of this to go. It's great. I love it. Every day there's games. Every day. But it's a bit annoying though, peeps, because Chelsea are playing Saturday morning and the missus is doing an open water swim. And guess who has to go along? You know, me. Every time Chelsea have got a game, it's always the one game I struggle to watch for some reason. The scheduling, peeps. Anyway, I'm off now, and I did a video earlier on the fixture list for FPL with Gary, so check that out. I found it quite difficult actually. It was my first stream with another person, and I struggled a bit, to be honest. I didn't realise that if I started looking at web pages that it would show up on the actual stream, but it did. We didn't do it live, but we recorded it from StreamYard, and It ended up being an hour and a half long, but we did have a good look at the fixtures, and the main conclusion I think is that nobody's got any decent fixtures really, and that you may as well just pick the best 11 fantasy options and just hold on to them, because there's no point picking other players like you sometimes would because they've got great fixtures, because most teams don't. So you're better off just picking the usual suspects and saving your transfers, I think. Anyway, peeps, I'm off now. So like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you lot later on after the next round of matches, because goodness knows what's going to happen. I'm really looking forward to one of the big European teams actually getting beaten. We've come close. Inter nearly lost, Benfica nearly lost, and even Real Madrid, that team from Saudi Arabia, gave them a decent game today, didn't they? So smash that like button, peeps, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later, and good luck in the mini league. So cheers for now then, peeps.